Hello and welcome to this next episode of this gong training video. As we'll continue talking about the gong itself, this little short video is about how the gong is made. So there's different companies out there that you can research, different gong makers. I work with a different sort of gong maker that's located in Poland and Germany. They have an amazing tone. So how these are made, some people believe that it's very simple, very fast process. It takes a long time to make a gong because you have to wait for the heating and the gravity process. So these gongs, this size gong, which is a 42-inch, 105 centimeters wide, and how you measure that is from the back of the gong, measuring from the edge to the edge. There's different ways of measuring a gong itself, but that's typically how you measure a gong, is from the edge of the back to the other edge of the back itself. And you'll see the actual composition. Every gong is going to be slightly different from the creator, from the maker, especially these types of gongs. No gong comes out completely the same. They're not attuned to certain frequencies like Paiste. So how a gong is made, it starts off as sheet metal. The edges are bent and heated, which is why they're black, because they're being exposed to a lot of heat. So how these gongs are made are through a series of heating and cooling processes. It starts off as a sheet metal, a round disc, and depending on what sort of gong that is created, it has a range of different sizes, like thicknesses, and also sizes also. So it's a very ancient secret that's been going on for many, many years. Paiste has been going since the 1940s, and their secret has stayed in the family. So the creators, passed down the sons and the family to keep the gong making business going. Now, there have been other gong makers and manufacturers out there who have been part of Paiste and have moved on and created their own creations, which has been quite nice, because you wouldn't see this gong that you see before you now. This gong isn't from Paiste, it's from a different manufacturer, and it goes for a long process. This gong takes about 2 months to make, roughly. So depending on how busy the stock is, and other gongs are being made in the process. But it goes through something called tempering, which goes through a heating and cooling process. Well, you have to let the gong sit for 24 hours to let it cool down and let the gravity do its work, and then it goes back into more tuning. Now, with Paiste gongs, they are tuned a different way. They are tuned with hammer marks, typically on the back of the gong. On the other side of the gong, this is the front. On the back side, you'll see a series of different round indentations, which are hammer marks, which has been where the gong has been tuned to give it its tone. So with Paiste, they typically make a range of different gongs for different purposes. Symphonic gongs are quite famous because they put out a range of tones and overtones and frequencies which aren't locked to any particular frequency at all. There are other gongs by Paiste which have been attuned to the planets and the frequencies of, like, the Earth, Saturn, Venus, Mars, etc. So there have been a range of different tuned gongs. These gongs that we work with aren't tuned at all. They are made for the love of the sound. So they have a much more deeper phase. So when the center from behind is heated to such a degree that when you start to bend the edges, the rim of the gong, it pulls on the face and makes it tighter, which is then able to be tuned to either the sound or the frequency. So these gongs have been made with a range of different skills, which have been locked in secret and mysticism for many, many years. So one guy makes these himself. His name's Johannes, and located in Germany. And he's an old Paiste creator. And yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's done an amazing job. So you see these school marks going outwards. These are striations, and you have also some indents, which are indented either from the front or the back, and they give out a different tone depending on what you want to listen to. So yes, these gongs go through tempering, which is a heating and cooling process, which makes the metal of the frame of the face of the gong broader and range of tones and harmonics and overtones, which is beautiful.